Hey guys, got something pretty cool to share with you. You may have heard about this product. It's called Industry Tape, and it's supposed to be a great alternative to our old standby hero here, gaffing tape. And you know what? It is really a good alternative to this. Does it take the place of gaffing tape in all applications? No, not by a long shot. But boy, it sure comes darn close. Its claim to fame is that it's so clean; it doesn't leave any gooey, gummy residue behind, and it doesn't. The other really cool thing about it is it tears so easy. Look at this. You can't do that with gaffing tape. It tears in 90-degree strips each and every time, no matter how small you go. Try doing that with gaffing tape. Can't do it. Curiously, it doesn't actually. You can't actually tear it on the lengthwise. With gaffing tape, if you know what you're doing and you're careful, you can get at least one good lengthwise tear out of it. The gaffing tape, the weave seems to be such a way that it only goes the short way, not lengthwise. So you have to kind of use a razor or scissors to go in that direction. But you know that's not that big a deal. So just something to be aware of. But the residue issue, boy, it's a big one. We tape a lot of cables down, extension cords. We use it on light stands, even on cameras sometimes. And unlike the gaffing tape, when you lay cables down and then you're striking the set and you're removing that tape, you know how it can sometimes grab on itself, and if you're not careful and that happens, you got to cut the darn stuff off the cables, and then you're always left with that glue that's left behind, and it has to be cleaned off with alcohol or some other thing just to get that glue off, or all your cords and cables get all mucked up. Not with this anymore. We do a lot of time-lapse photography in our business, and this is a great way of taping down a focusing ring or a zoom ring on a camera for a long-term time-lapse. I wouldn't use it in long-term applications like weeks, months, or we have some cameras up for years at a time. But I'll go into that in more detail. But boy, you can now tape on your expensive lenses and your camera gear and not worry about that gummy residue that's left behind. Gels on heads, filters on cameras. The stylists are really loving this stuff. The tape can be used on fabric, and you know what? If you're shooting fashion or you have expensive garments and you need to tape something down because it won't leave the glue behind, you're not damaging that garment, which is terrific. I've even seen some of our sound guys. You can tape a mic to somebody, and when you remove it, you know what? It doesn't take every single hair off the skin like gaffing tape will. So from that point of view, it's a great alternative too. On Industry Tape's website, there are some really cool videos. One of them, you'll see the tape being used to tape a GoPro down on a surfboard. It's watertight. They take the board out, do their shooting, it holds up. It's terrific. Comes in lots of different colors: red, green, black, white. You can write on it different widths. If you need snot tape, it comes in double-sided. One of the videos on their site shows them putting two strips up on a wall, and then they stick an iPad up there. I don't know. I don't think I would use that, stick one of my iPads up there like that myself. But boy, the video was pretty impressive. That's at least a possibility. You don't have to, because it doesn't stick so much to itself. Look at that. Isn't that terrific? You can reuse the tape. And you don't even always have to tab it like we're so used to doing with a gaffing tape, because the corner, you can just easily pull the tape up from a corner, and you're good to go. It's not like you're picking at it all day like with gaffing tape. So that's really terrific. We're using this on walls, like on occasions in people's homes or in offices, and doesn't pull the paint off and leave a wake of bad vibes after the shoot with the people that run the place. So that's terrific. Is it good 100% substitute? No, not by a long shot. The adhesive doesn't hold like gaffing tape adhesive. It's really good for short-term applications more than anything else. Here's a really good example. We use here's an active USB extension on on our tether cables to our cameras. I thought it would be a terrific solution to that, because we tape our cables together so they don't come apart with gaffing tape. And here's a really good example here. Here's an older one. You can see on the active extension cable here the residue from the glue, and there's the paints removed from the assistants, taking the alcohol to get the glue off. We used I taped one up just kind of like this. Just did a number just like this with it. Came around like that. It worked really well for one shoot, and then after that one shoot, wow, it didn't. It started the tension just from being dragged around on the floor of the location. On the next day of the second shoot, we lost our connection, and if you've done that, everybody's scrambling to find out where the connection is. And this, of course, was the last place we looked, but it just didn't hold up. So there are some limitations to the adhesion. Curiously, here's a rig that's good to go right now. This is how we rig our tethers. What my assistants did was they put a single layer of industry tape around the whole thing and then reinforced it with gaffing tape. And this is working really, really well. And because we change out our tether cables pretty frequently, because I'm kind of hard on them, it's easy to change out. You don't have that gummy residue, and it works just as well. But alone, no, it's not. A long-term application is a little bit more iffy. And the other thing, and this is the big if, this is the big exception, anything having to do with safety, where you're using this gaffing tape to tape down heavy things or important things, or where you're having to protect expensive gear, I still recommend you stay with the old standby, deal with the residue cleanup, and shoot in a stress-free kind of way. In those applications, I don't think this is your best bet, and I certainly would be kind of worrying during a shoot that this would give, just because of this one experience I had in this application. So that's basically it. Overall, we're using this now 80% of the time where we're using gaffing tape, and we're loving every minute of it. So I highly recommend it. Use it. Get some for yourself. I think you're going to like it. And check out their website, industrytape.com. And that's it for now. Take care.